in glory again. It's act in the morning. I'll keep pushing, even when it's solid. Gunning for titles, I'll make my stand. Claiming glory or getting sacked in the morning.
Hello and welcome back to Norway, and strap yourselves in, there is quite a bit to get through, so I will not dilly-dally. First thing to tell you, it's Cup semi-final day. We're playing 2nd Division Sandefjord. That's the game you're about to see, but wait, there's more. Now, we have had our opponents drawn in the Champions League. I won't do that there. We're in the group phase, or the league phase as it calls itself these days. We've got Celtic. Great. Oh, that's so annoying. Stade Reims from France. Manchester City. That'll be nice. Away to Stuttgart. Away Copenhagen. Home Ajax. And then we flip over to the next season and a nice easy finish. Away Milan. Home Chelsea. I see no problem with us to finish in top 8 there. None whatsoever. Assuming, of course, they're giving out points for losing. So, yeah. I haven't yet done the Champions League squad. That, I think, is later today. I'm not quite sure why it's so late in the day. Probably, actually, because it might be transfer deadline day for everyone else today. And therefore, they're giving them time to do that. Talking of transfers, we have finished ours. Our transfer deadline has come and gone, and it was a lot busier period than I expected it to be. Now, the outs, and I'm kind of regretting this one already because I think he might actually be our best right winger when it comes down to it. Kim Sundell's gone out on loan again. So yeah, this time he's gone to Turkey. He's a youngster who's gone out on loan for some experience. Lamage, who was one of the influential players in the squad. I think he was our skipper, actually, possibly. 3.4 million, rising to 4 to Köln. Yeah, I mean, he kind of had been the main man up front for most of the season. But we've got a decent amount of talent at that position, and the money was probably just too good to turn down, really. And this is part of a whole Runo Valan situation. I needed to free up a space in the squad. Lamage was the one that went. Cruz Motta out on loan. Ricardo Foliata has also gone. We have had a little bit of a shift around in midfield. A couple more loanies. You can see Alexander Grong has got technically still here. We've loaned him back. If you remember Halvorsen, we did the same thing last season with him when he went to Newcastle. Feyenoord have loaned Grong back, which has caused a little bit of an issue with Schmetz, but we'll get to that in a moment. Now, that's the main outs, basically. Actually, no, one last out. It's only a loan, but Pereira has been loaned out. I have had my issues with this man. He should be so much better. I mean, look at these attributes. There is nothing there that isn't reasonable. For our level, he is about as solid, basically just above average. He even says he's a decent elite Syrian player. I wish he'd remember that, because he's had a couple of decent performances, but generally speaking, he is not great. So we've loaned him out, which has got half his wages off the bill for however long that's going to be. Now, Inns, Bo Benka, which partly for the name, I have to confess. But look at this potential. Look at that potential. And he's young, so I don't know if we'll have had him here long enough. Probably not, to make him sort of homegrown. Consistent, potentially elite Syrian standard. So he's in the B team at the moment. Have had loan offers for him, I think, but I keep turning him down because, you know, that B team's in a decent level. And yeah, he's already promising, should become much better. 1.1 million, I darn well hope so. Now, Mats Erik Huseklepp, Norwegian goalkeeper, basically just better than Samuelsson, and we are we were short on goalkeepers, so I wanted someone better. Samuelson can now drop down to the B team, and he can basically fill in there all the time. Husseklep is easily good enough to fill in when we need him to. Model citizen as well, which is very nice to see. Already good Elite Syrian, could be leading Elite Syrian, so yeah, room for improvement. Good backup to Elborg. Friedrich Umbala, who has basically replaced, well, technically he replaced Foliata in the squad, but he's kind of going to be Grong's replacement sort of long term, because he is a ball winning midfielder. And amazingly, although this is slightly annoying, because when I scroll down I can't see what this bottom one says. I don't know what those letters might be part of. But what I'm hoping is it's not the thing I've found with almost every other ball winning midfielder I've found that's good enough, in that thing that, as Foliata did, they all want to get forward. And it's like, you're a ball winning midfielder. You're supposed to stay back. You're the anchor in that defence, or in that midfield. Stay where you are, man. Fortunately, Mbala will do. If you tell him to stay back, he'll stay back. His natural inclination will not be to just suddenly bomb forward for no reason. That's Grong, obviously, as you can see, coming back into us on loan. Now, technically, the replacement for Foliata long term, but the replacement for Grong in the actual way I did things, Konstantin Grosu, 19-year-old Romanian lad, bags of potential, already good. He's been putting in, as you can see, 7.25 average in the 2 games he's played for us in the league so far. He's going great guns, he's looking good, leading Elite Syrian player. Very happy with his signing. And only 2.1 million as well. So, the money we got for Grong, and then some. And likewise Foliata and Mbala, making a profit on these things. And deadline day signing, and this was part of the reason Pereira was allowed to go out on loan. Tobias Enderson from Silkeborg, who is not a fullback. It keeps on defaulting to fullback. He's not a fullback. He's a centre back. Not the bravest of individuals, perhaps, but professional, leading Elite Syrian, likes big matches. Reasonable header of the ball, good physicals, liking what I'm seeing there. But basically, a very good, solid third option at centre back. So we've got 3 good ones that we can sort of rotate as needed. And what that means is that Hendricks can now go to the left back slot, where it will be him and Diouf. Hence, Pereira could then be sent out on loan. And when his contract expires, don't expect Pereira to be back. He's 33 now. His contract will expire in just over a year. He'll be 34. And yeah, he is not going to be coming back after that. So, that's all the transfer stuff. Now, I said about Schmetz. This annoyed me a bit because he hasn't been registered in the squad since I did some of those transfers with the midfield. And I think we basically sort of talked him round the first time. I think it was actually Hendricks who talked him round and said, sort of got him to see sense. So he was down in the second team. And then I had to confirm the squad, obviously, after the transfer window. He got bent out of shape again. This time there was no calming him down. So he's now sitting in the reserves, unhappy. I don't know if it will mollify him slightly. I am planning to put him into the Champions League squad at the expense of Grong, because Grong obviously is going to end his loan period at some point at the end of our season, and he won't be here for the last 2 games of the Champions League, so I may as well have someone who's going to be fully available for all 8 games and not just someone who's going to be available for 6, even if he is a whining little child. So that, I think, is basically you caught up on everything except how we're doing in the league. We are still unbeaten. We are 3 points clear at the top with a superior goal difference. We have just beaten Bodo Glimt 3-2 away from home. Rune Vollan, who has slotted into the first team. He's just won Player of the Month. And his first few performances were a little hit and miss. He played okay I think. Actually, no, I think he played terribly in the first one, then he played okay, then he played badly, then he played okay, and he didn't score in any of them. And then in this one, we got a penalty 4 minutes in, he took it, and that goal has basically just given him confidence out the wazoo, as they say. And he scored 2 goals in that game, he scored 2 goals in this game, and I am expecting great things. We actually do play, when he's in, we play him as a poacher, not an advanced forward, because he's just slightly better suited to that. And I mean, recent form, as obviously, like I say, we're still unbeaten. The goalless draw you saw against Odds, we got a bit of a taste for them, because we then played Rosenborg, drew 0-0, did have Albert sent off. We were the better side up to that point, and they never really threatened particularly to actually do anything. But after we went down to 10 men, neither did we. The local derby against Lillestrøm, I think they basically parked the bus. You can see here, this was one of Volland's bad games, 6.3. He was not good. He wasn't getting much in the way of service. Vikland and Bjornbach both played badly. Korsgaten wasn't good. So I think they just stifled us, I think. They came for the point, they got it. This was just about the most undeserved 3-1 win you will ever see. And I say that safe in the knowledge that we got a 3-1 win earlier in the season that was really undeserved as well. But we took the lead with a 2nd-minute own goal. They then proceeded to dominate us for about 50 minutes. Deservedly were level, could easily have been in the lead. And then somehow we scored 2 goals in 5 minutes and beat them. It mystifies me how we managed that. Anyway, you're not here for that. You're here for the cup. We love the blooming cup. Right, what are they playing? They are playing a slightly different formation to what most people play against us, but now I'm going to trigger the press on you because I don't think my wingers are great at pressing, and I think my forwards are better at pressing than my wingers. So I'm going to have Gregor try and do a bit of pressing there. We'll leave the rest. I think we're reasonably fit. Most people have got at least some level of sharpness. Yeah, and let's go. Yeah, he's okay. Okay, Anderson, right, number 19. That will do. For those of you who might be wondering what this is Baltimore Orioles, by the way, and I'm wearing it because it's got these lovely little holes all over it, which gives me a little bit of ventilation because it's a bit warm by English standards, and typically by English standards it's also quite humid and muggy. Hoping for a thunderstorm tomorrow. Right, the fans expect to win. You don't care about the fans though, do you, boys? You just don't give a toss. Right, let's throw out some of the old praise and pride and whatever else. Right, we're playing in white by the looks of things today, lads. Okay, is this actually genuinely away, or is this a neutral venue but just a really small one? It must be better stadiums than this for a semi-final. Or have they genuinely actually been drawn at home in a semi-final? I never understood countries that do that. I don't know, you know, there are limitations on some nations. But surely you must be able to pick out some neutral sites for semis. Oh my word. Needed that save. I've just realised, having literally stated we're playing in white, I was looking at that thinking we were defending. So what I should have been was slightly miffed that we didn't actually score. Never mind. Why are they utterly dominating possession again? Right. Okay, asked to swing it far post. Oh, Diouf with the header just off target. It's a positive start. It's another corner. Asked to swing another one far post. Keeper's not coming for these. Anderson plays it in. Nordfeller. Not really the man we want shooting. Okay, boys, we need more shots on target, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, fortunately, he decided to try and play out the outside of his foot for some reason. Right, a bit of encouragement. I think had he just sort of like run onto it and smacked it, we might have been in real trouble there. Right, come on, boys, we're not getting enough shots on the actual target. Whilst we're clearly the better side. Okay, arse, shoot. Oh, he's at the post. Open up for him. Gron, Diouf. No. No, that went. That fizzled. Fizzled. Still being very heavily outpossessed by second division opposition, which I'm not particularly happy about. Right, let's attack them, boys. And I'm going to demand more, because I haven't seen enough from you yet. I know we've got them on XG and they've done very little, and we've had a few shots on target, but I'm not happy particularly with the performance. It's all a bit mediocre, and no one is playing actually what you would call well. Although Gronstad is threatening to. Okay, Nordfeller, Herlin, Ars to Gron, Gronstad, working it across, Vikland, who probably should be starting. Oh, Ars came in and heads it wide. Oh, that was such a good chance. Such a good chance. Okay, right, come on, boys, get that ball back. Oh, we've been opened up. We've been opened up. But fortunately, weak shot. Don't let them start getting chances. Don't give them encouragement. Refuse to have them be encouraged. Again, the chance of starting in our half. It's unlikely to get out of it all. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Go on, Vikland. Go on. Go on. Go on. No one's challenging you. Diouf. What is that, Gron? Oh, fortunately, I couldn't even describe what that highlight was. Very disjointed, I think, is the two words I would pick if I had to, choose any. Well, this first half has not been good enough, and you're going to get told that. I don't care how many shots we've had, they've not been good enough, have they? Basically, because the XG per shot is poor. Oh, almost deflected in. And Gron decides that someone in the crowd needed to feel of the ball. Right, Gregor and Ars are not playing particularly well. You have got limited time in the second half, lads. Not good enough. Don't like what I saw. Right, Gregor, you've had your half. That's it. Get off. Right, come on, boys. There's a cup final on the line here. We've got a shot at a double. Don't make a mess of it against second division opposition. Panicky. Could have nodded that back to your keeper, probably. Or, away. Rather than giving them another chance to cross it in. Okay, Vikland gets it. On the counter. Gronstad. Gron. Herlin. What is that? Oh, good. Oh, really, really happy you've crippled arse. Blighters. Right. Bissaggio's on. Is he training that? Yes, he is training that. Okay. Right. 2 minutes into the second half. Come on. Now, clearly the better side here. Just need goals to prove it. Bicklund gets it back. Oh, he's missed again. He's been tipped over, apparently, by the keeper. Doubtless having the game of his life, as usual. Yeah, there he goes. Comes and claims that confidently. You fire one to the near post for a change, do you think? Because you're supposed to do that more often than the far post ones. The only ones we ever see are the far post ones. Why are they negating us? Well, they're not really negating us, are they? We're creating plenty. We're just... I don't know. Right, I've got one substitution thing left after this. I want to put Hendricks on for Diouf. And Bjorn back on for Herleen. Leaves me one sub left towards the end of the game. Right, come on. Demand more now. Oh, don't go out on penalties or something stupid to this lot. We are much better than them. We've proved we're much better than them. For some reason... Oh, yeah. I mean, their keeper's playing a 7.5. He's just absolutely doing bits in that goal. And now we're just not creating anything at all. Why are we not creating anything, boys? Right, I'm going to berate you now. You've had your chances. Be nice about it. God, just nothing. Nothing is happening at all, is it? What are they doing to stifle us so much now? They haven't done a thing for about 20 minutes. Right, let's push you two onto attack. Anderson's playing like a prat. Really don't want to have to make my last substitution a defensive one because, you know, we do kind of need to do something here. Grong. He is generally defensive in nature, isn't he? Right, stuff it. We're going. Okay, he's going box to box. Right, let's see what we get out of that. Probably nothing. Well, we had a shot. It was terrible, but we had a shot. So no chance of going in. What are we even doing? Demand more. Why is it? What am I contractually obliged to get a goalless draw every time I show you a game now? This is pathetic, boys. I haven't done anywhere near enough. Oh, brilliantly done. The boy cleared it. He cleared it. He actually cleared it. Right, you're going to get shouted at if I get the chance. Okay, how much we're dominating them. You're not doing enough, clearly. Right, try not to clear it this time. Dressing room. This is unacceptable. Utterly unacceptable. Get out there, actually do something. Nordkveller might well have to come off. Have we got that thing where it tells you how many... Okay, yeah, no, we didn't get an extra stoppage then. Okay. Right, well... Encourage. Try talking to you nicely, see if you can actually finally find a way of putting the ball in the net. He's not world class, he's not unbeatable in there. Certainly not unbeatable. Certainly not beatable if you keep on insisting on shooting from that sort of range. Anyone want to close him down? Stop him getting the ball out? Oh my... How much room did he have? Why are they the better team in extra time? Why are you shooting from there? How have we scored? Well, the goalkeeper who's played a blinder all day suddenly did this. Just stood there and watched it, and I literally don't know what he was doing. If mine did that, oh my word, he'd be in a world of hurt by the time he got back into that dressing room. I mean, I don't think they can deny we've deserved, or we've earned this. Off the bar again. Crossed over, and not quite in again. Right, we will... Okay. Right, let's pause it. Now, we're going to put you back on support, and I'm actually going to put Otterson on for you because you are pretty dead in there, aren't you? And I don't really want to get exposed out wide. Right, back on support. Back on ball winning midfielder on support. I mean, Volan is having another one of his off days, but fortunately at the moment we don't need him to be the one to score. Right, that's all going to take until the ball goes out of play again, because for some reason it doesn't let you make any tactical changes at half-time of extra time. I know not why. There is a break, there is a short break. We could do a substitution at that point, but it just doesn't let you. Needs fixing, SI. Right, let's ease that back to positive. If we get a second goal, I'd be a lot happier. Like, okay, just nudge up the time wasting. I'm not going to change the way we play because we dominated them from start to finish. Hendricks. Whip the corner in. Looks like it's going near post. It is. Henderson, Vicklin, back to Hendricks. Oh. Keto with another save. 9th of the game. I mean, we've had 21 shots off target. That's not really good enough, is it? I mean, if we were getting more on target. Done a lot better. Right, go, go, go. Come on, you've got 3 on 2. Oh my word! What are you? How have you taken so much time? That was one of the most laboured counter-attack goals you'll ever see in your life. But it's finally, he said, hopefully, wrapped things up and got us to a cup final. I mean, again, questions has to be asked of the goalkeeper because probably should have stopped that one. Well, we have made the heaviest of weather of this. However, we're in the cup final, and that, at the end of the day, is what counts. Although, it was a little bit of a flashback to the Euros, wasn't it? Right, yeah, we got away with that. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I am not sugarcoating that performance for you, boys. Generally, it was awful. Right, a very quick little wrap up. I've moved on a little bit. As you can see from this result here, odds will be our opponent in the final, which is a bit annoying because I'd have preferred Bran. Slightly easier to beat, to be perfectly honest. But we have taken odds this season. We are better than them, so there shouldn't be anything particularly to fear. One last little bit of news. Lucas Schmetz has just, well, basically him and the rest of the squad have just annoyed the living daylights out of me. I said I was going to put him in the Champions League squad. I believe I mentioned that earlier. I did put him in the Champions League squad, and only after I'd put him in the Champions League squad does the rest of the team come to me saying, "Oh, we think you should let him go. He's not happy here. We don't think you've treated him very well." It's like, I just literally put him in the squad for the biggest club competition in the world. And now you're moaning about it. So, rather than have a player revolt on my hands just in case they turn sour if I told them to sod off and, do one, I promised I'd let him go. He's now gone out on loan, which means he isn't even available because he's not even here anymore. So he's not even in the squad at all now. So he's not going to get Champions League football, which he would have got had he stuck around and everyone had not moaned about it. This is where this as a simulation falls down. Because with real people, you could have explained that situation and he'd probably have been fine playing Champions League football. Anyway, talking of Champions League football, that's what we'll be back for as we start our campaign. You might not see a lot of this campaign because I don't think it's going to go very well, and it's not going to be the most entertaining stuff to watch, us getting our hides tanned every single time we turn out. Plus, I'm really more focused on the league, so it's going to be a lot of reserve players in these games because we have not got the sort of squad that we can pick them weekend and midweek as well. I'm not going down that route. I would much rather retain the title. Got an unbeaten domestic season on the line here. I don't care about Europe. We'll take the money and run. Thank you very much. We've already got 12 million just for being here. Anyway, I'm beginning to waffle on too long. This video is going to be longer than it needed to be already because of the news we had to update you with and the fact that we couldn't beat second division opposition in 90 minutes. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time when the European dream begins to die. Bye bye for now.